All right, let's just get right into it. Have you ever had that feeling? You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You're budgeting, you're skipping the fancy coffees, you're saving, but when you look at your bank account, it just doesn't move? It's an incredibly frustrating place to be. And today, we're going to unpack exactly why that happens and, more importantly, what you can do about it.
And listen, if that hits home for you, you are definitely not alone. So many smart, dedicated people are playing the money game by the old rulebook. Tracking every single penny, cutting subscriptions, trying to plug every little leak in the bucket. But if that's you and you're just not seeing the progress you want, it's probably because you've been taught to play the wrong game.
Now that statement right there might sound a little crazy, but stick with me because it is the absolute truth. And it's the big idea we're digging into today. The real path to wealth isn't paved with coupons and cutbacks. It's built on a totally different idea, one that shifts your whole focus from playing defense with your money to playing offense.
So first, we have to talk about what I call the great saving trap. This is the belief we've all been sold, that if you just scrimp and save hard enough, for long enough, you'll eventually become rich. I mean, it sounds logical, right? But when you actually look at the math, oh boy, it tells a completely different story.
Here's why it's a trap. It all comes down to some really, really simple math. Think about it. There is a hard physical limit to how much money you can possibly save. You can only cut your spending so much. You can't just decide to stop paying rent, right? You gotta eat, your expenses have a floor. And because of that, your savings will always, always have a ceiling.
And trust me, that ceiling is way lower than you probably think. Let's just do the math real quick. Imagine someone with an average salary who is an absolute superstar at saving. They're putting away an impressive 20% of their income. Any guesses how long it would take them to hit $1 million? 164 years. Yeah, you heard that right. And, okay, what if you go totally extreme? You're living on basically nothing, somehow managing to save an insane 40% of what you make. Well, guess what? You're still looking at 82 years. The numbers don't lie. You literally cannot save your way to $1 million in a normal human lifetime if your only strategy is to cut back.
So, if the save more strategy is a dead end, then what's the alternative? Well, this is where things get really interesting. We have to completely change the game we're playing. We need to stop playing the saving game and start playing the wealth game. And this game, it's not about how much you spend. It's all about how much you build.
See, most of us are taught to play the status game. You know how it goes. You earn money just so you can spend it on stuff that makes you look successful. Nice car, the expensive watch, you get the picture. And your income is totally capped by your job. But the wealth game? That's played differently. It's all done behind the scenes. It's about earning money to build assets, things that can grow and that have no ceiling on their potential because they aren't chained to your time.
All right, so how do you actually play this wealth game? What's the secret? It's simple, really. You have to focus your energy on one thing, building scalable assets. This, right here, is the real engine of creating wealth.
So, what in the world is a scalable asset? It's just a fancy term for something pretty simple. It's anything that can make you money without you having to be there, trading your time for it hour for hour. It's all about decoupling your income from the clock.
Let me give you a perfect example. Think about a gardener who gets paid by the hour. Their income is capped, right? There are only so many hours in a day. But what if that same expert gardener creates an online course, a digital guide teaching everything they know? Suddenly, they can sell that course to hundreds, maybe thousands of people, all at the same time. That system is working for them, making money even when they're asleep. That is the magic of scalability.
Okay, I get it. This all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Where do you even begin? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in how you think. You have to go from being the doer of everything in your life to becoming the owner of systems.
And here's a super simple 3-step plan to get you started. Step 1, figure out all those boring, repetitive tasks that just drain your energy and eat up your day. Answering the same 5 emails over and over, doing the books, that kind of stuff. Step 2, get them off your plate. Outsource them, automate them, use some software, or hire someone for just a few hours a week. And then step 3, and listen up, because this is the most important part. You take all that time you just bought back, and you pour it into the big stuff, the strategic thinking and high-leverage decisions that will actually build your scalable assets.
But let's be really clear for a second. The goal here isn't just to have a giant pile of money sitting in a bank account just for the sake of it. That's not the point. There's a much, much deeper reason for playing the wealth game.
Because honestly, at the end of the day,
A number on a screen is, well, it's just a number. The real goal, the true prize, is what that number can buy you. And I promise, it's probably not what you think.
It buys you something I like to call the wealth trinity: family, fitness, and freedom. We're talking about the freedom to actually be present with your family, the freedom to focus on your health, both your body and your mind, and the freedom to chase what you're truly passionate about, to live life completely on your own terms. Money? It's just the tool that makes all of that possible. So it is time to flip the whole script. I want you to stop pouring all your precious time and energy into the cutting back game. That's a game with a hard ceiling. You can't win. Instead, it's time to start playing the infinite game, the game of scaling up, because that is where you'll find real wealth and, more importantly, real freedom. And I want to leave you with just one question to think about, a real simple one. Take a hard look at your schedule for this coming week. Look at all your tasks. What is just 1 hour, one single low-value hour that you can buy back for yourself, and then reinvest that time into building something that can scale? That's it. That's the first step, and that's where this whole journey really begins.